What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up! Crime Reacts back at it again. Hey, man. It's June! You thought, come on. It's the summertime. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves. And also, staying out that trouble. Summertime, for all FTC brothers and sisters, is that time where things like peer pressure, you could be bored, or you could still be doing that dirt. Stop while you ahead, man. Come on, man. Don't do nothing stupid, man. It's the summer. Find you something that you're passionate about. Find you something that gets you money to lead your way, man, and keep pushing. This is the perfect opportunity to set yourself up in the summer to set the tone for the rest of the year and going into next. What are you going to choose? And do not just sit on your ass all day. We got EWU. I'm sitting up here reading the caption. Man walks in on killer sawing his roommate's neck. Y'all reading the same title, bro? Check it out.
The following videos have never been seen or heard before.
911, where's your emergency?
This guy named Douglas, he just killed Hans.
All right, bro. Do we got to do it to him? I mean, right off the bat, bro, just looking at him. Nigga, no BS. If I seen this dude walking across the street, I am, bro, 4 flat running down the other way. Bro, just the look of this dude screams like you get anywhere near him, something bad's gonna happen.
I don't know what his name is. His last name is Hans.
Good boy, what up?
Aaron lives with 5 other individuals in a home dubbed the Graduate House, run by a local nonprofit that offers alternative housing options for those in need.
Can he just took off running down the street?
Is he breathing?
No, he's not. Hey, Hans is not breathing.
Key, what up?
Even though Aaron is panic-stricken, he somehow manages to gather his composure and relay vital details to the operator.
He ran down towards Common Sense, towards that direction.
Who's the male that stabbed him?
Douglas Taylor.
And you said he does have a knife?
Yes, he does have a knife. He just killed him.
Is he on the ground?
He's on the ground. Hans is on the ground.
Go, what up?
He just cut the PA check with an eyes, man.
Is he lit? Okay, let's start CPR. You're gonna
I
push it
can't.
or walk her.
I don't know. He's dead. He's dead. He's blue. He's completely blue. His neck is cut. What's right? Over here. Over here.
As officers arrive and move quickly to secure the scene,
They got there
find
quick.
Aaron outside while the victim is bleeding out inside on the kitchen floor.
It's a bad thing, man. They turning blue. It's usually not a good sign, man.
Nine zero. Myself and 1-7 are clearing the house.
Good. Ready?
Inside the house, officers Kelly and Picard find the lifeless body of 51-year-old Herman Hans Warland lying in a pool of
51?
blood.
We got back door.
With a chainsaw, bro?
Running down the street.
Okay, just hang out here.
It's common sense. He had a knife in his
That
hand
way?
and everything.
So who's the guy? Do you know the guy?
Yeah, Ben.
Talk to me.
Talk.
Here, just talk to me, man.
Douglas Taylor just killed Hans. The dude, he cut his throat with a knife.
I need you to stick with me, man. If we're gonna find
Yes,
this guy, who is he?
His name's Douglas Taylor. He has brown hair. It goes over his eyes, and he's wearing a brown jacket and a brown pants with brown boots. He ran off towards Common Sense with a knife.
Okay.
I woke up. I was asleep. I heard him fighting. He goes, "No, stop, please." And that's all I heard. I came upstairs and he was laying on the floor with blood all over him.
Okay.
Connor. He's right here, but I don't. Hey, wait.
Official
Come this
AB,
way.
gifted.
This way, Connor. This way. This way.
Hey, do you want me at the bathroom front here?
Just hold on.
Hey, go grab the airway bag.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's take a peek.
Okay. Just try not to touch
sure.
it.
All other fire units incoming can slow down.
Even though all hope appears to be lost for the victim, Hans, paramedics continue to check on him.
D.
Watch where you
Hirsch.
stop, please. Okay. You step right back out then. So, he's right there. Let's just clear this real quick.
I'll pie this room on the left. If you want to hold it forward, Karen. Looks like it's a bathroom.
You win with the gift
There's a
is.
shower curtain. I'm gonna go in. Okay, shower's behind the door, so I can't see. Clear.
What's wrong with this
Okay,
bathroom,
shower's
man?
behind the door, so I can't see. Clear.
Sick,
Back
dirty.
upstairs, paramedics huddle over the victim to document the injuries.
Hey, Maddie,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring her witness. We're trying to get a 4-lead here.
Parkin's wants a 4-lead ran, so. What's that? Parkin's just wants a 4-lead ran. Okay. So just so. He's got puncture wounds all over the place too. Is he? Yeah.
Wow.
He said the knife's in here, in the house somewhere.
Officer Lindquist brings up a fundamental detail about the missing murder weapon, but that's not the only thing they're lacking. They still have a suspect at large, potentially causing even more death and destruction. Officers immediately turn their attention to Aaron, the 911 caller who's been standing outside talking on his cell phone this entire time.
I want somebody monitoring him on audio right now.
Okay. I think Picard's recording,
But
but
he left him, so this guy's making phone calls and talking and sharing information we need to get reported.
okay.
Tape it. Hey, you got that? Tape it. Everything. Yeah.
Before Aaron has a chance to talk to anyone else, Detective Albright records his statement. But the more Aaron reveals, the more uneasy the detectives become. The detective begins his questioning by asking about his roommate, Douglas Taylor, the man Aaron identified as the perpetrator on the call earlier.
So, Doug, what time did he leave this morning?
Like 4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
Something like that, yeah.
What? Do you know where he was going?
No, I don't know where he went.
Does he work or anything?
No, he
like
doesn't
that?
work either. He just got released out of a hospital, too.
Oh, really?
From what I understand.
How long has Doug been living here?
Only a month?
Only a month.
Yeah.
Detectives will later uncover the deranged reason that caused Douglas to mercilessly assault a roommate, but for now
We
they
need to hear
continue
this.
speaking with Aaron.
So, Doug got released a month ago or so,
Yeah.
and then he shows up here. How was he when he first arrived?
Kind of peculiar. Just doesn't want to talk to people. Doesn't want to interact.
The manager of the group home arrives on the scene and provides officers with more valuable details about their missing suspect.
So is this like a group home or what is it?
Yes, we own 3 of them. We got Andre's house, we got the lady's house, and this is our graduate house.
Okay.
Most of the guys here had come through. We actually allowed Douglas to come straight from Blackfoot South to come in here. He was supposed to be all right. He was attending counseling at RHS, and I was by here 3 times yesterday, and I didn't see nothing different in the kid. I talked to him and all of a sudden, and Hunt's never did anything to anybody.
Right.
I mean, that kid was just as docile as he wanted to be, man.
Blackfoot South is a state hospital specializing in mental health located approximately 30 miles south of Idaho Falls. While the reasons for Douglas's treatment remain unknown, it gave an insight into his possible mental health concerns.
Had he been normal kind of before that, for like the first 2 weeks he was here?
I was thinking, how would y'all feel like, you know what I'm saying, you're in like a group home? Now, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, necessarily like, you know, different states or whatever. Like you have everybody in the house assuming, you know, it's just, you know, normal, you know, going, you know, doing their thing in life and whatever. But then you have somebody that comes through that has already been into like a mental facility, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the mental problems with them, but now all of a sudden they're living, you know what I'm saying, among like 2 or 3 people that are, you know, just normal and everything and just, you know, so.
No, not really. It's kind of like strange, off to himself, talks to himself.
Especially for the first time meeting, that's kind of like almost a damn near, I was going to say a recipe for disaster, I feel like, you know, especially if they don't know him because different people's emotions is going to clash and stuff. You know, they may have not been used to like handling somebody who's not mentally like, you know, stable and shit all the way there or whatever. So
So he's
Oh,
been
no.
talking to himself ever since he got here.
Yeah, ever since he got here. But he started laughing to himself recently.
Oh, just in the last 3 days. Like
Yeah,
you
just
said.
the last 3 days. Yeah.
Do you know what he? If you overheard what he says when he
No, I
talks to
don't
himself?
listen to him. I don't listen to that.
What about when he's laughing? Does he say anything specifically?
No, he just mutters stuff that you can't hear.
What Aaron recounts next will leave no doubt as to the manic brutality of the events.
That's when I heard them scuffling or fighting upstairs, and I ran upstairs. And when I ran upstairs, that's when I seen Douglas Taylor with a knife sawing on Hans's neck.
The distance between the top of the basement
Sawing?
stairs to the site
So that
of the
means,
stabbing
bro, with a knife, he's going like these, bro. Like,
is less than 20 feet. The fact that
I was
Aaron
thinking in the title they're gonna use a chainsaw. He's using a knife, bro.
witnessed the ruthless attack from such close proximity suggests that he was lucky to escape with his life.
Oh, he looked at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Did he say anything?
No, he didn't say anything.
Was he still holding the knife?
Yes.
Or what, did he make any motions towards you
No,
or
he
anything?
didn't make any motions or any threaten me to injure me. I would have fought it back, man, if I would have known.
So Hans was on all fours,
Mm-hmm.
on his knees, and with his hands on the
And he
gun.
said, "No, stop, please." I heard him say, "No, stop, please."
The crime scene photographs the officers raced to document earlier offer frightening proof of Aaron's detailed account.
Remember what kind of a knife it was?
It looked like a kitchen knife.
Like a
But
kitchen
I'm
knife?
not sure.
Kitchen
They found
knife?
there's a red knife laying on the floor in there in the living room. That might be the knife. I'm not sure. But it looked like a kitchen knife that it had with a brown handle on it.
Do you remember if it had a serrated edge? Or
Yes, it had a sawed edge, serrated sawed edge.
Oh, that makes sense because you used that phrase, he was sawing at his head,
Yes.
around his neck. Wow.
The description of
Damn.
the weapon should help officers locate it quickly if the suspect did, in fact, leave it at the scene. But Aaron is about to share a curious detail regarding the relationship between the victim Hans and his attacker Douglas.
Right, I need
Did it
to
seem like previous to this, he had gotten along with Hans? Or?
What's up, JP Buckets?
Yeah, they would sit in the kitchen for hours and then end sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So is it fair to say that Doug and Hans got along better than maybe Doug and other people?
No.
No.
No one really got along with him. No one really talked to him. No more.
Nobody really. And that's
Morris
why I
to
was
shit,
asking,
D
because
code, what up?
earlier He had said that he wasn't very sociable.
No, he wasn't very sociable. Hans is a friendly, nice guy,
Uh-huh.
but Douglas is not.
As Aaron's interview comes to an end, officers are still left wondering about the motive behind the assault and the location of the missing perpetrator. Through all of this, Hans' life still hangs in the balance.
Oh, wait.
They say he's still fighting.
Here. Casey, you see down there?
It seems that the dispatch staff has only added more pressure on the officers.
He coded, right?
They got a pulse back or something.
If he goes, collect all of his bogey.
Okay. Were you listening to the radio? It came out as like suicide.
Dude, she wouldn't spit it out.
I know. So she
I was sitting there getting
dispatches.
pissed off, like I was cursing.
Well, she dispatched 3, so already I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good, right?
Yeah.
And then it just her dispatching like it's terrible.
Lift up.
How bad are we?
It's bad. I think he looked gone when I
Not the
entered.
soonest, but God damn, boys.
I don't know.
Watch out for seatbelts. One on the left lane, quick on there.
I'll let you,
Do you have a Sharpie?
I can get one.
Yeah, why don't we do that so I can start marking stuff?
Amid the hectic scene in the trauma room, doctors need critical information. But Officer Lindquist is about to have another breakdown in communication with the dispatch operator.
When did this come in?
Dispatch, can I get the time of call for the stabbing?
Got a lot of doctors in there.
They'll tell me to like 22. Can I get time of call for the hospital?
You mean the time that you were on scene there, or the time that we notified him of the call?
The time the call came out.
Are you on main?
Yes. Charlie, I don't know how hard it is for anybody to look at the time the call came out and tell me that.
Well, you didn't go across that time.
22. Any unit with a computer in front of them, can you please advise the time the call came out? The hospital needs that.
2-2. The call came in at 22:25, and I'm not sure what other time you're asking for.
It was 22:25.
Hey, they about to get in an argument, bro, over the time. Which is the
Charlie,
info they need in the hospital.
She does. But she also
Got slick back with it.
ID or what time is it?
Nope.
It's been pretty stressful.
Miscommunications notwithstanding, doctors learned that the call came in 43 minutes prior to the time relayed by the dispatch operator. As the medical team does everything they can to save Han's life, at the house, officers gathered outside and discussed their impressions of the crime scene and the possible location of their suspect.
Did you go inside at all?
Me? Yeah.
Pretty bloody.
Yeah, he was bleeding out all over the kitchen floor.
So you did?
He looked dead to us. We didn't go any closer to him. We cleared the top floor, and then we backed out.
While officers might have secured the scene, it is clear that they need to quickly widen their search if they hope to have any possibility of catching the suspect.
2-7, we're clear this row. We're going to be, correction, I'm going to be canvassing the businesses east of the canal.
Adjacent to this canal sits a large shopping center where officers will make an unexpected discovery.
2-4, it looks like there's somebody sitting right next to the stores to your west. 2-7, Amberson, West Albertson.
Got him.
Albertsons.
Officers converge behind the Albertsons, approximately 3/4 of a mile from the crime scene, and find their suspect sitting against the east side of the building. When officers ask what his name is, he replies, Douglas Taylor.
Yeah, it's.
Bro, that dude just looks
got
creepy,
blood
bro.
on tan.
I'm sorry, dude.
The weapon. The weapon. They said the weapon he left there. 9041. Your suspect is saying the knife is there in the house still. The suspect is saying that the knife is still in the house.
Even though Aaron originally reported that he saw Douglas fleeing from the crime scene holding a weapon, detectives identify a blood-soaked knife lying on the floor in the living room and get Douglas to the station without incident.
All right, step in there, go and take a seat.
Throughout his detainment, Douglas has appeared eerily calm and cooperative, but to get a full picture of the savage attack, detectives need to interview him. However, even seasoned detectives are not prepared to deal with a suspect as unsettling as this one.
Very good. Right there. You want some water? Yeah, I do want water. There you go.
After reading him his Miranda rights, Detective Schwicht cuts straight to the chase.
Can you tell me what happened tonight from your side of things?
Buzz Burrows, what up?
I'm the one who did it. Okay. Can you tell me why? What happened tonight?
I'm not sure how to explain why I did it.
Within the first few minutes of the interview, Douglas confesses to the attack. However, the motive behind his actions will remain a mystery that investigators have yet to resolve.
I don't know how to explain it using regular terminology.
Okay. In your own words is fine. I'll ask questions if the things I don't understand. I was thinking that probably something happened tonight, or maybe it's an ongoing issue that got you really mad.
I wasn't angry.
Okay.
I have a system of metaphysics which would give you some insight into why.
Can you explain a little bit? Can you just explain to us what exactly happened?
I brutally stabbed to death that man in the kitchen.
It should be noted that Douglas doesn't
Yo, this dude is a damn...
know that Han still clings to life and casually reveals a morbid series of events. Based on what happens later, everything he says will be called into question.
You said it should have resulted in death. If he survives and pulls through, is that going to be a problem for you, or
There was no chance of survival.
did you make absolutely certain that the way you stabbed him was definitely going to kill him? Where did you stab him on his body? Because I haven't seen this guy.
Oh, I slit his neck open. He should have bled out completely.
Yo, this dude need to be in a fucking psych ward, bro. Yo.
Did you stab him more than once?
Yeah.
Were you really mad at him?
No.
Sorry, I guess I asked you that before.
I mean, when you're doing it, you have to do it in a precise manner, of course. You know, and like if he's going to defend himself, or try to talk back, or try to prolong, then you becomes more incremental until you just finally make the final kill wound.
Yo, this dude is
But
weird, man.
I think I stabbed him about 15 times.
Why?
Until the final slit to the right side of his neck, piercing through all of those veins on the side. I witnessed him begin to bleed profusely. So, yeah.
Meanwhile, back at the Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center,
What is the
an
motive?
inevitable
Like-
tragedy strikes.
Did they just call it?
It was a
Or
loud
they-
thing,
okay.
man. I called Harkness and let him know Rose already let
They called it.
Yeah.
Hans had succumbed to his grievous injuries, turning the case into a murder investigation.
Like the back of his head.
Meanwhile, detectives in the interrogation room are also getting closer to unearthing Douglas's motivations behind his appalling actions.
Bro, he did this to a literally older, like, man, like...
Certain individuals who desire to begin new cults, I like to identify and professionally examine, to see if that is precisely what they're trying to do. If someone is trying to start a new worldwide cult, I will eliminate that person.
What is he talking about?
He was trying to start a new worldwide cult.
The reasoning behind this horrifying belief and his subsequent decision.
Did he share his beliefs, about his mythology and stuff
To a
like
degree.
that with you? Did he tell you about that?
To a degree. You tell I'm an atheist and I don't tolerate proselytizing.
Was that what he was doing, proselytizing to you about his beliefs?
Strangely, yes. Man trying to start a new cult.
People who sit and make decisions about all this, what do you think's the right and appropriate thing to do?
Not sure, jail, then prison?
Do you think that's the right thing for you?
Yeah.
But if the detectives thought that this would be the last they'd hear of the man, they were in for a shocker. On October 12, 2021, over a year and a half after the incident, Detective Schwick received a handwritten letter from Douglas while he awaited trial. In the letter, Douglas claimed that he didn't kill Hans and alleged that his old roommate Aaron is the one who killed Hans. Douglas reports that he heard a sound, entered the house, and saw Hans on the floor in his blood. He then went back outside where he alleged that Aaron threatened him and gave him a jacket with some blood on it. After being supposedly traumatized by the events, Douglas claimed to have agreed to take the blame and made a false confession later. When Detective Schwick interviewed Aaron, he found him to be completely innocent, with no involvement in the crime whatsoever. Not long after his arrest, Douglas Taylor entered into the Idaho Security Medical Program. But on October 13, 2020, after almost 4 months in the program, doctors declared him fit to stand trial. Then on December 15, 2021, Douglas Taylor pled guilty to murder in the first degree and was sentenced to 27 years to life on February 14, 2022.
Got 27 to life. I feel like he should have got straight up life, bro. Brutally sawing somebody, a 51-year-old too, roommate, if that. Now, man, I feel like it was just already an iffy, slope for them to, go down, bro. Like, you have normal, mentally healthy people that are living up in that house in the group home. And then you have somebody that literally is on file and supposed to still be technically in a mental facility going into another home of people that, are mentally normal. Like, that just wasn't going to mix right to begin with, Yeah, there's obviously clearly something wrong with this Douglas dude. He tried to file for mental insanity. The judge seen right through it. It didn't work. Dude's not going to smell fresh air. Picking on older people. Crazy thing about all this, even like that man that was it's like this black dude that was earlier on. You seen, he was like the owner, he said, of like those 3 houses. I was trying to find them. Oh, yeah, your thing's right here. You can tell like the Douglas dude, he would have never tried, somebody like this, like ever. Anybody that's like around his age, he only like targeted somebody that was older, probably had weaker joints, you know what I'm saying? He can take them down easy and stuff. Complete loser, bro. And a psychopath. Weirdo.